Hello, this is Solomon Davis, Right Side Trader. Today is January 6, 2024, and this is my weekly market review, where I'm reviewing the NASDAQ 100. That's not the NASDAQ 100. I'm reviewing DIA. That's the Dow 30 on a quarterly chart, monthly chart, weekly chart, and a daily chart. This is all for educational purposes only. As we all know, trading is risky. You can lose money at trading. So please check with your financial advisor. Please check with your significant other and make sure trading is something that is suitable for you. All right. The Dow. What I'm going to go over here first, though, is kind of give you an explanation of what I'm looking at here on my charts and all, and what is here. I usually mention it every now and then when I'm doing these videos, but sometimes I'm just rushing right through these videos just to get them through and just taking a quick look at the market and all to see where things are at and giving you an idea of what I see and where I see things are at. Just my opinion, but what I see. First of all, on the quarterly chart, my pivots are yearly pivots. I like using these SVE type pivots. They've been very good to me over the years. Nothing else other than that on these charts. On the monthly chart, I like using the 10 moving average. The 10 moving average is something that we picked up from an option meetup group that I used to go with. One of the guys said he always looked at the 10 moving average, saying if the market was above the 10, it was bullish. If the market was below the 10, it was bearish. So I kind of adapted that rule, and kind of kept it going. The pivots that I have on these charts are quarterly pivots. That's what I like using there. Then on the weekly chart, the moving averages that I have on here is a 50 and the 200. The only reason I have the 50 and the 200 on these charts is because that's what they show on the news. And I prefer to have it on a weekly chart, not a monthly chart or a yearly chart or a daily chart. But you can use these, please, since they are using these things, you can adapt these things. You can put these the time frame that you want on whatever set the time frame to whatever you may wish, But I just like having them, showing them here on a weekly chart. The pivots that I have on here are monthly pivots, still SVE. I use SVE across all time frames and on all charts, other than my custom pivots that you may have seen in the past. A lot of times when I'm day trading, I'm swing trading, I have my custom pivots that I actually use. On the daily, I do not have any kind of moving average, no other kind of indicators that I'm sharing here at this time. And what I have, pivots that I have are weekly pivots on a daily chart. And that's pretty much what I have here set up. What I'm mainly looking at here is candles and candle patterns. Like a couple of guys, that's why I kind of switched over to this. And I think that's, again, I don't want to bombard you with too much information and too many indicators and too much going on the charts. This seems pretty busy to some people. A lot of people don't even like looking at charts. They're not technical traders. They're more, I'm a technical trader, but still basing a lot of things off of probability, what could happen based on patterns that I see And that's what I'm gonna share a book with you, and I'm gonna share a website with you guys too. I'm trying to make sure I post those in the comments, not in the comments, but in the description, because this book and the guy he has set up have more books, but the one book I think is a good book to read, and the one website is a good website to use. I don't know how up to date his data is on the website that I'm actually be sharing with you guys. It's the pattern site. But you have to kind of just, take it as a grain of salt and study, test your own self. But that's pretty much all I really want to share on that. But let's go ahead and jump into the weekly review, and let me maximize this chart and sweep this down. And on this quarterly chart, what I see here on the Dow is a doji forming here this first week of the quarter, and at a top have made all-time highs. So we got to kind of like wait and see what's going to actually happen here, So we are above pivot. I do expect us to stay above pivot, just like last year. We hung out down there just above pivot, below a supply level, But right now we're above that supply, and the sky is the limits for right now. So we just have to kind of like wait and see what's going to happen here. All right, on the monthly chart. On the monthly chart on DIA, what I see right now is, again, that doji still forming. Because, again, since we were just the first week of the quarter, we're going to see the same thing on the monthly chart too, but with some smaller candles following behind it. We had a couple strong months, but, again, making all-time highs. They're beginning to take some profit, though. Some profit is being making, or maybe they're trying to build up a larger position, not letting this market drop too much here on the Dow. So this thing I can easily see it going higher on the Dow than I can on the other indexes and all at this time. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at it, and that's all I see. We are above the 10 moving average, so we are still in a bull market, but we are at a top, so be very careful at a top. This top here, this doji here, is a little lower than what it's been on the other products, and I don't think this dropped as much, so we got to kind of like wait and see what happens. But let's go ahead and take a quick look at the weekly chart on the Dow. On the weekly chart, what we're seeing here again is that doji, and of course, since it's the first week of the year, this is what we're going to see. But like I said, we came down and we stayed inside this candle here. This would be a harami, but a harami with a doji like this and an all-time high. And I prefer this wick would have been down a little bit lower. This wick would actually be up a little bit higher. This is a pretty good swing here. It's probably some kind of bearish pattern name for that. But I'll be definitely, like I said, like I told one of my friends, I'm waiting till this coming week to see what this market is going to do, see if it gives me an entry on a lower time frame to get back long. But at this time, right now, I'll just sit on the sideline just in case this thing wants to continue dropping, because it does have room to drop. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at the daily noise and see what we see here. As you can see here now in this daily picture, you can see that we had made a nicer doji picture here and a confirmation of a evening star without this doji being high as we would like it to be, for that particular pattern. But nothing is going to be exact, But trying to get that confirmation, and tried to get that confirmation candle here on this day right here. But then the following day, we ended up not getting a lower low and a lower high. We actually got a higher low and a higher high. But then the next day, we got a lower low and a lower high. So again, this market is definitely fighting this level right here. This little demand level right here, where this market actually came out of this area and made those all-time highs. That's why I'm saying this one looks pretty good, like it could continue higher. But we're going to be opening up next week below pivot. We opened up above pivot and came below pivot, but we stayed right around a support 1 level. Will we do the same next week, end up opening below pivot? And since all these other markets are looking more bearish than this market, end up dropping just a little bit, but staying above a support 1 level. We have to kind of just wait and see. If we can get above pivot, maybe then we can start attacking this high and start making higher highs and higher new all-time highs. But that's what I see. This is Solomon, Right Side Trader. Hope you guys having a happy new year. Hope you guys had a great week, and I'll talk to you next weekend. Have a good one. Bye.